Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part we started off the Heavensward's 24-man raid set, the Shadows of Mhach. We stormed a ghost ship known as the Void Ark. We had a hard crash in the middle of it. We met up with Diablos, an old enemy who made off with something called the Queen's Coffer. So we were enlisted to help by XIV. So let's see if if we're ready enough to go off to the Weeping City. Cecil, I was just about to fly out to Ishkar and track you down. You remember Kate the Mhach familiar? We've been working with him on the plan to find Diablos in the Queen's coffin. There have been void synth signs from pirates all over, so we know that bat-winged bugger is hiding someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going about pinpointing the location, Leofard and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you have a moment to spare or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Besides all that, Leofard's eager to have another hand and to help in the search. So come on over to the park as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? And we can actually walk around this place too. It's a nice little area that's cut off from the rest of the game. You're the only one. It's instanced, so no one else but you will be here. But it's a nice area. I mean, look at this place. It's small, but I really like it. Thanks for coming. The captain and the cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leofard, will you, before I strangle both of them? Huh. He's even got a bed in here. If you're here to ask about the Queen's coffin, then you best turn around and walk out again. This aggravating furball has turned my mood sour as a month-old old goat milk. Leofard, Cecil's come all this way to help us, at your request, I might add. She deserves to hear where we stand on the search, at least. The search is giving me ulcers, is what it is. By all reports, Diablos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces. But the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we've not the power to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Rodalia. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons, blonde hair, one eye, still our bloody compass. Well, I've been eavesdropping on that link pearl, and I slipped into the casing hoping to catch something useful. But all I've heard from her and her Star crew is snoring, grumbling, and japes about the Archbishop's holy nethers. Huh. In the end, it seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way. But a certain mule and annoyance refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky with this meager handful of ne'er-do-wells. I find my suggesting to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable one under the circumstances. I'll stow it, you mangy alley cat. You've not the faintest idea how sky pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into a deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we aren't laughed out of the room to begin with. You cannot assume that every man and woman shares your base morality. If we but made the attempt, I'm sure we could convince some of the few of the nobility of your cause. So it goes, round and round. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this. But what about you, Cecil? Any thoughts on the matter? I should keep my silence, but we should seek aid from other crews. What? You're starting with the furball? I would have thought you'd learn a thing or two about sky pirates by now. However, we tackle things, though. We have a long road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think of a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your adventures, Cecila, unless you're willing to lend us your experience in another matter, that is. Utada, our chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight into her dilemma. She's conducting her research on the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather be discussing the properties of the Void Ark than continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there, Cecila. Ugh. I don't want to be involved in this. No, where's this desk at? Alright. Back to Sea of Clouds. Oh, wait. Alright, so where we gotta go? Gotta go fucking somewhere. Like Gauntlet. Over there, huh? Alright. Down below. What's going on, Utada? There's the Void Ark right down there. What's going on? What shows you, Mistress Utada? We were told that some matter regarding the Void Ark was causing you no small measure of grief. Mistress Utada, what are you? I feel so much better now. My apologies, Kate Sith. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and fuzzy. Or furry. Same thing. If this is damnable ecto compass. I made another one identical, you see, identical in all respects. The first compass that Raudalia stole. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plans, the same parts. I can imagine that would be infuriating when you're certain there are no flaws in the design on them or the materials. Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing this blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this, Cecila? I don't think the compass is broken. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. Judging by your previous work, it would seem unlikely the compass itself is defective. We must consider other factors. Might you explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the void arc? It all comes down to the etheric signature. I discovered that the void arc is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition, so I simply turned the compass to follow its unique trail. An energy peculiar peculiar composition, you say? Of course, the arc was propelled by the siphoned energies of void scent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the ether, the entities imprisoned within? That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a different direction than one would expect. After all, Diablos and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the ark. I didn't have the picture off. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings from the ectocompass, we would arrive at the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mistress Utada. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. Oh, Stacia! What perfect timing! You won't believe the wonderful discovery we've just... Talon airship has been spotted on the route to our nest! If it's revenge we're looking for, we best head back and make ready for them. Oh boy. Who drove the other airship? Was it XIV? What's going on here? Truce, Red Bell. We need your help to save Captain Redalia. You're one of Redalia's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, now you come crawling to me for help? What kind of unholy mess have you Cretans stumbled into? Aye, we took your damn compass, but it didn't show us the ghost ship. We ended up just at some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them who got caught on the ground. The captain survived the massacre. She's stuck there with no wings to fly out again. Why don't you give that link pro listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if the Redalia is alive or dead at least. Ugh, so much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. They're after Mhach artifact. Damn demons are searching. Hide. And then a bunch of screaming. Seems Redalia's still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. If those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. I have half a mind to leave Redalia to her fate, but I'd never turn my back on an adventure, especially when the scent of treasure is in the air, eh? Now tell me where you found these ruins. You'll help us then? You're a good man, Red Bill. We left the captain in Yafim Saltmoor, just northwest of Mordona. In Yafim, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mhach itself. By Shatoto's Black Heart. Could they be after the Nullstone? What's that, Puss? You think you know what those demons are after? Again, I didn't take the picture off. Right. I think I skipped Kate's entire dialogue. I wasn't paying attention. Right. You see that those towns are patched up, and then have the ray mill ready to fly. And don't spare the oil. You'll know I love to hear her purr. Cessa, Stacia, bring the furboat to my quarters and we'll have ourselves a chat about an impending trip to Old Mhach. Alright. Let's not forget to take the picture off this time when the next cutscene. I can't jump on the table. I remembered. Right, Furball, let's hear about this artifact that Diablos is looking for. If I'm to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Mhach sorcerers would bind the Void Scent to service. The more powerful the Void Scent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entity itself to step through. And let me guess, the mage forces the Void Scent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation to our world? That is correct, but it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Mhach Magi construct an occult device that would more than securely bind the Void Scent to their will. A safeguard of sorts, that to the best of my knowledge yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a Void Scent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely. I can't see the royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned. When it came to the glory of Mhach, the end justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diablo seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby to ensure that Scathach will reign unopposed. Alright, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way. Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed with a purpose, secured behind powerful wards and protected by deadly guardians. And with the rising of the waters, they reasoned that the artifact would be sunk along the city, far beyond the reach of vengeful Void Scent. But now that Euthymia is more swamp than city, the demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with. And I doubt they'd be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. Alright, this is becoming a race to see who can nab the treasure first, which is just the sort of contest a Sky Pirate lives for. So, we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, then rescue Redalia right from under the fiend's nose. Well, I suppose we could save her while we're poking around for loot. I'll grab the new compass from Utada so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly. Alright. We'll fly directly to Euthymia from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark, Cecila. Just keep sights into the depths until you reach the Nullstone. We don't want to risk getting knocked out of the sky of the town, so we best land a little ways out from the ruins and head on foot. The Furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will fall behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing a path to the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Redalia and her crew. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, eh? There's likely golems and such in there that are worse than the fiends outside, and we wouldn't want our hero losing her head now, would we? The weeping city of Mhach. This dungeon set was hell when it first came out, mainly because of the second boss, which, if you played Final Fantasy IX, you'll instantly remember it. assuming you've fought it in 9. Oh boy. I'm so close to leveling. I should be able to hit level 70 after this raid, where I can jump in stats with my fancy new stuff. Because here's the comparison: huge boost in vitality, in mind, and yeah, this is what we're looking at. A huge boost. Now, I don't have a neck piece, or not neck piece, I don't have an earring, because, oh, that's new. I didn't notice that. I didn't get a, earring because I still have this, which is good to 290. So, once I hit level 80, I'm gonna need to find a new, obviously I'm gonna need to find a new earring, because, yeah. Because it's not gonna be any good. I'm also gonna lose that 30% XP. Alright, now I'm just playing the waiting game. Let's go for a change of scenery. Man. When Heavensward first came out, people expected a new housing in the residential area. Unfortunately, Ishgard never got a housing area, but when Stormblood came out, the main city for that place did get a housing area, and it wasn't until Shadowbringers that Ishgard's housing got announced. Well, I wouldn't say announced. It wasn't. They don't get their housing until Endwalker. So Ishgard's like 2 expansions late for getting their own residential area. And back when Heavensward came out, at least the people I talked to, you know, people wanted like a residential area in the sky. We all thought that would have been a cool, fun little idea, but unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. But out of all the residential areas, I think Lavender Beds is probably my favorite. I'm not really a fan of the Goblet. Mists is kind of okay. But I'm not a big fan of Mists. Yeah. Mist is good. Mist is kind of like a beachside resort. You know? But I've never actually walked through one of these things. So yeah, you got a pretty good little area. I mean, yeah, your Ethernet shard to get you anywhere. The subdivision takes you, we'll see. I think there's like 20, 30. There's 30 plots in each, and the subdivision has the other 30. And here's the other 30. You can find some houses. You got an apartment. Is that an apartment? Oh, that's a mansion. Oh, look at that. Where the hell am I? There it is, right there. It's got its own little island too. So that's a pretty nice location. No houses for sale though, unfortunately. Not like I can afford it anyway in this character. Dead poor. Small houses can run from, assuming you're buying them straight new. Houses can go for, well, small houses can go for about between 4 and 8 mil. Medium houses can go from, I think it's like 14 to 18 mil or something like that. And manors, I don't even know where manors begin price wise. Got a carbuncle house right there. Really? Come on. Let's go tanking DPS. I mean, you can go crazy with this kind of thing. Back when I played Final Fantasy XI, Final Fantasy XI had Mhach houses, which is kind of like a small, like a very, very small apartment. You can go nuts with these things. People make these things into like taverns, cafes. You can go nuts with housing. You can turn a house into a business. Something's in the water. All right. I'm the only new person? Great. That other leaf symbol you see is a returner. Someone who's been away from the game for a certain period of time. I don't think I've mentioned the differences between the leaf symbols. Unfortunately, my leaf symbol isn't around until I get into Shadowbringers. I believe. Alright, let's see if I can, if my game can, actually go through this without crashing. I don't know where the hard crash came from last time. That literally came out of nowhere. Do you spot that wreckage up ahead? Could be one of those talons down vessels. Yeah, how there were more of your bloody-filled morsels. How it supped this day. Well, because we found the giant spider that shot them all down. Naturally, it has to come up by running on my feet. No, get me away from this! Of course, you have to walk towards me. Thanks. Nasty little insects, you'll not skirt so within my web. Bah! Not strong enough! Not strong enough! I must feed on more of the flesh. Alright, calm down there. What you've done? My poor web is in tatters. I'm sorry. But, it needed to come down. Are you frightened by my precious prey? Gaze into my eyes, no true terror? No thanks. You're not very pleasant to look at. Oh, we almost got her. Oh, the matter of prey bites back. I must warn Lord Forgel. You're dead. How can you inform him? This is not a tribute. Isn't that a tributary of the White Maiden? We should come upon Mhach, we follow it downstream. Yeah, follow it. I mean, jump headlong into a raging river. And then down a giant waterfall. I'm not terribly fond of water. Clearly, especially one that flings you down a waterfall and crashing to the ground below you, where we managed to come out, you know, without any kind of broken arm or broken limb. Makes total sense, right? Waiting for that pyramidal structure, but wait, where are the void sent? The air is sick with their otherworldly stench. Oh, look at that up there. If you played Final Fantasy IX, you'll recognize that right away. Ah, so some of you survived. How convenient. I'm in need of fresh souls to shatter the ward. Even the empty husks have their uses. See how they jerk and dance at my command? Too far away. I'll teach those who oppose me to the extent of their folly. Too far away. Your pitiful lives will be mine in due time, but first you must be punished for your insolence. Solitude. Wait, where did that... Solitude weakens the spirit and warps the flesh. Straight from the pack at your peril. My undead toys are so easily broken. Mayhap my minions will prove they're sturdier. How tiresome. I had thought to spare my energies for the war. Though you the system gripping to life so very tightly. Embrace your fate, with my staggering light be your doom revealed. My lord warned that mortals of power might interfere, but you are no threat to me, and I reign in the court of the void. Where you glimpse the realm that awaits you after death, drink deep from the chalice of oblivion. You actually need this, otherwise Mega Death will instantly kill you. Like what happened to Starlit right there. The problem with being a healer is, I can only easily target people in my party. I have to revive people who are not in my party. I kind of have to do it by hand, manually, with the touchpad. Ah, sweet the rancid breath of underhills, and winds will strip you to the bone. For so long I am arisen, I'll not be buried here. Too bad he just did. He just got buried. Oh, man. We're facing off against a giant stone tablet now. Body of rock and rough stone hewn, chipped with chisel and marked by rune. Good, like how half our raid went outside. Or half our my party. You gotta stand on this until it glows. There we go. Party now, the marker maker's spark, a shattered face, stone eyes grown dark. You killed him before they had got it off. And just in time too. Barring our way is a terrible sphere that has devoured entire cities. We must be stronger if we are to reach the Nullstone. Yeah, there it is, the big sphere monster itself. The glory hole. The glory hole. Ozma. A lot of jokes were made about the name of this area, the glory hole. Oh boy. But back here. can't believe that thing is in. Fun fact, you can actually get Ozma as a mount and Stormblood's little dungeon to get the relics. Now this takes a page out of the labyrinth of the ancients. Does this seem familiar? I like going right in it. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh boy. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't explode. If you dropped it too close, they'll explode and give you a damage down debuff. I'm surprised that didn't explode. You can also fall off the platform too. Oh yeah, hallway is also a knockback. Oh boy. Oh, good. My teammate just fucking fell down. That's one way to do it. Alright, what am I dealing with? Ugh. It's the lady with the bad hair there. She needs a haircut. She's got hair that kills. Behold my magnificent mane. These curls are blades that cut and roots that drain. Magnificent is far from the word I'd use to describe this. You get a pretty harsh debuff, a pretty harsh dot if you get hit by her blade. Like what happened to Aika. The damage over time inflicted on you is pretty gruesome. Unkempt thieves, so waddling marauders, you'll not have the Nullstone. Have you witnessed such coiffed perfection? The edges of my treatises are sharper than swords. Whatever you say, lady. Didn't even dent my head. Why do you yet stand? I have supped on the void. Why not? Godly power swims in your veins. Shall I share my luscious locks with you? No, you can keep them. Do you dare face my halo for my unleashed glory, or turn your back to rest the sting of my rejection? Hell? Oh. My phone's dying. Great. What? Ex Machina. I got the magic stick. Ooh. Oh, I tried. All bets were lost. Woohoo! I got combinations! I got 4 of them. Sweet. You get a lot of combinations as a healer and tank. Mainly a healer, but tanks and healers usually get the commendations. So this is the heart of the ruins, eh? You've done a fine job dismantling the defenses, Setsla. I only wish we could have said we had the same success, but Redalia and her talents are nowhere to be found. Yes, this is quite distressing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Nullstone is ours. It's getting smaller in size. You left me with such inviting trail of destruction to follow. Oh, who's this? Well, 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 if it isn't the adventure I've so longed to dismember. Praise Lord Diablos for this opportunity. I shall gift him your head in gratitude. Ah, and speaking of gifts, I brought a present to celebrate our gleeful reunion. Fun fact, this is the boss of Lost City of Amdapur Hard. I'm assuming the dialogue will be different if you hadn't done this dungeon. Any of Lost City of Amdapur. Really. Oh. This is the lovely lass you've been so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see her rent limb from limb, well then you'll hand over the Nullstone. You think I care about her worthless limbs? That woman's done naught but cause us grief, and I just thought to crow over her grave. Don't give me that look, Redalia. What, you thought I was here to save your sorry hide? You've never been aught but an obstacle to me. Do you remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all of them elegant relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. Damn you selfish bastard! And damn me for expecting you to act any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow your bloody hole in your belly! Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? Not much of a threat when I've seen you miss the side of a cathedral at 10 yalms. Silence, you grinning fool! You ruined my moment, and now I'll ruin your smirking face! Now, puss! Ah, it burns! The worst world is not your stage, unholy Harlequin. Be gone from our realm. Yeah, clever farce, mortals. But the show's not over. Not until you scream! The bugger got away. I think we best do the same. Oh, we got a bat watching us. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it, Cecila? Probably a little too much for Redalia, but we gave her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. Quite a successful John, all told. You and me, we make a pretty good partnership. But I've got words for you, Furball. You said that rope would obliterate a void snake completely. Seems to me that foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away. Oh, that? That was scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I have learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught in a bonfire. So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle? You might as well be wielding a blunted sword. Might I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foes sufficiently to free the lady pirate? A result we could not have achieved with your blustering words alone. Bah! Ha! I was ready to flee without Redalia if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right. You had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end. Alright! Is there more to it? Or is that it? I can't tell if that's the end of the... I can't tell if that's the end of it. I really can't tell if that's the end of it or not. Probably not. I think there's more to it. You might be waiting for a while before Redalia finally wakes up. But not so long that you've got time to flit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters and we can ask you a few questions and see if she's ready to talk. Oh, I guess there's more to it. Makes sense because this whole section didn't actually have its wrap up of sorts. You know, like go continue your adventures. We'll be back later on. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, level 70. I don't get temperament. Well, no, that's level 80. I don't get plenary indulgence because I think that's a class quest. Yeah, that's a class quest, so I have to actually get into Stormblood to get that from. All right, but since we're level 70, I can quit my new fancy gear. Watch my HP just skyrocket. I mean, it could be higher, but... And then this isn't even the highest gear you can get for level 70. Well, because the highest gear you can get for level 70 is 290. And this stuff is only... Or no, I lied. Well, I guess I'm due for new ring anyway, for new earring anyway. So, that's now useless to me. So I gotta get a new earring. Thankfully, I got plenty of gil to spare. Oh there, Sissa. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait on Redalia. Besides, after fighting out through the ruins, I'll wait you could use the rest. Oh shit, I got... Why is it undyed? My chest armor's undyed. Where is the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Besides the people that came to us. Tell me, Redalia, what drove you to risk exploring Old Mhach? The compass sent you there, aye, but you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? I found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark and a powerful relic called the Nullstone. A tome described by a Mhach sorcerer, mayhap? Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? The words are muddled by obscuring magics and 1,500 years of faded pages. There is much that remains illegible, but what little my darling cutthroats and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status. See for yourself. If what the book says is true, the Ark was a source of immeasurable power. With that ship under our command and the mysteries of the Mhach in my possession, I had thought to crown myself Queen of the Skies. But look how well that turned out. What matter Sky Pirate? What matter of Queen can't even keep her own crew alive. Redalia, is it not? Would I be incorrect in assuming that you seek revenge against the voids who slaughtered your comrades? Of course I want revenge. That hell-spawn shit gobbler killed my crew. If he were right here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare bloody hands. You are not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations, Captain. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace with the skies? Will you not join the Talon's strength to ours? What strength? The way things are right now, I doubt I could bring peace to keep the peace in a monastery. This has not to do with personal grudges either. I just don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins, and the dregs that were left were scarce sharp enough to be called talons. Did you leave your spine back in the ruins, Redalia? You've had your wings clipped and no mistake. But that's no reason to give up the life. I thought we'd rescue a Sky Pirate, not some car that Terran's tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Red Bill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book. Just be sure to make that bastard pay. Why is my thing undied? I don't know, understand. Hey, Furball, how quickly do you think you can decipher that ratty old tome? I need you to figure out exactly how your relic works. Aye, you sent me that one fiend squealing fear, but that ain't enough. From what you told me, we'll need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're going to take on the Shadow Queen. The rest of you put everything you've got into what you do best, be that research or blade work. What we're doing is just right, if you get my meaning. I'll decorate my walls with voids and hints if I have to. The skies should belong to no one. Who the hell is this lady? Uh-oh. We're back in the Weeping City. Diablos! The Nullstone hath fallen into mortal hands. 1,000 apologies, Lord Diablos. I shall personally wring each and every one of those scrawny necks. Time for skulking the shadows hath ended. I have grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxes full. Soon my ardent desire shall pass from dream to dark reality. This guy's very pleasant. All right. So that's it for this raid video. We got one last one to do. First off, let me fix this real quick. Oops. There we go. Perfect. So when we come back, we will set out to take part in the final raid cycle, raid set for Heavensward. I'll get a new earring off video as well. So yeah, we'll do that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part. Later.